really bad.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts with breaking news.
Breaking this morning, an early morning house fire is now under control. It happened just before 5 o'clock this morning near 37th and Ida. Authorities say no injuries have been reported, and so far there's no word on what started the fire.
More breaking news we've been following this morning. A person is in the hospital after an overnight cutting. This happened just after 10 o'clock last night at City View Apartments. Officials do confirm that one person was taken to the hospital. So far, no word about any arrests. We are working to learn more details, so be sure to stay with us for all the very latest right here on First Alert 6. In the meantime, it is good to have you with us as we start off this brand new work week. I'm Erin Hartley.
And I'm Cerise Cole, along with Jared Lance for Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord. We know it's been a while since we've had big snow. I know you're looking forward to shoveling and snow blowing.
Right?
All right. You may have your chance this Wednesday.
Teachers, students, if you're looking for a snow day.
Yeah.
Been to a couple school talks recently. They're like, hey, when are we going to get one?
Really?
This is your best shot.
Could be.
So keep an eye on Wednesday. First Alert 6 weather day for 2 to 4 inches of snow in the metro. This is easily going to be the most of the season so far. It's going to be a dry, powdery snow because the temperatures are so cold. Higher amounts, even more so as you go south of I-80. The morning commute likely to be impacted. The afternoon could still have lingering impacts due to the cleanup. This will get going near or just a little after midnight Tuesday night. So there'll be snow on the ground with more falling during the commute on Wednesday. That's going to make it a tricky one, I think, the way things are lining up. 2 to 4 inches, pretty widespread in our area. Right now, I'm probably leaning towards the high side of this, with some 3s and 4s a little more prevalent in our area. But the way things have worked, the dry air has chewed up the north side of these as they get closer. This one's holding on for now, but we'll watch to see if maybe the north edge gets eaten up a little bit by drier air. 4 to 6 inches down to the south where the best odds are for the heaviest snow south of I-80. So that's what we're watching for Wednesday. It actually gets going Tuesday night, like I mentioned. Temperatures right now, they're cold. Upper single digits and lower teens right now. You got some sunshine out there to start, but clouds are filling in from the west. So at 11 degrees, feels like number near 11 because the wind is so light. Satellite and radar shows how these clouds are filling in. Notice how we're getting just more and more gray filling up the sky from the west. There's actually a chance of a little bit of snow tonight from a separate system that's mostly going to pass to our north, but we could get some 1-inch totals in our far northern counties up here where a winter weather advisory is in place. So let me show you how that would play out. This is the clouds filling in as we go through the morning. Notice more and more cloud cover by 9, 10, 11 o'clock. This little early hint of a little snow shower there by noon, probably a little bit overdone, but you can see how most of this stays in our northern counties. This is probably just a little bit of drizzle, if anything, and I think that's likely a little overdone. 33 degrees by 4 o'clock will be the high, and then notice how the snow just kind of hangs in our northern counties right there for a little bit this evening into the overnight, and then maybe another batch down there from another small system sliding by. Colder air spills in behind this for Tuesday, so overnight tonight, enough of a breeze that'll drive our temperatures down into the single digits to start off tomorrow morning. Got to pay attention to the forecast. There's a lot happening over the course of the next 3 to 4 days. Snowfall potential out of this one tonight, 1/2 inch to 1 inch in our northern counties. We'll watch. Some models suggest maybe a little bit sneaking down into the metro. I think dry air is going to chew up a lot of this one too. Again, it's cold, it's dry. The colder the air, the drier it is, and it just makes it tough to materialize much moisture. Now, pretty light winds during the day, but those will kick up tonight after 8, 9 o'clock, and we'll have some gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour through most of the night. So wherever you get some snow in our northern counties, the wind's going to blow it around a little bit, and that wind will drive the colder air in. Look at the wind chill forecast for tomorrow. Most of the day is going to feel like below zero, trying to get back above zero for a little bit into the afternoon. Air temperature of about 14. For the afternoon high tomorrow. With the clouds locked in, there will be no help from the sunshine whatsoever tomorrow. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of
thumbs down.
Thumbs down suggestions.
Well, it's hard to give that a thumbs up. I agree.
There you go.
All right, this week I think is just a good reminder that we are still very much in the dead of winter. Even after Wednesday, the cold sticks around.
That's the thing. Thursday, Friday, it's a struggle to warm up. May even have a little more snow to talk about towards the end of this week here. We'll be watching this, trying to rebound. The morning lows are cold. Thursday morning is probably going to be the coldest morning, down below zero at the air temperature. Again, the more snow we get out of Wednesday, the colder Thursday morning will be. 20 for the high on Thursday. At least we'll have sunshine there. Then Friday on Valentine's Day, some more late day snow that could linger into Saturday morning. So somewhere in here there could be another First Alert 6 weather day here, as well as another shot of some colder air. Look at Sunday and Monday dipping down below zero into President's Day and trying to rebound a little bit next week. So there you go. Like you said, a firm reminder that winter is not done wintering yet. It really hasn't started, at least snow-wise. Hopefully we can get something out of this. It's looking pretty good for Wednesday right now.
Okay.
I think this is it.
I don't see how we avoid this one entirely.
Okay, all right.
I'll tell you that much.
All right. Travel slowly picking up on the roadways this morning.
And so far we've been avoiding any kind of big issues on our roadways. So, hey, the less people have to deal with after how the football game went last night. Sorry, seriously.
You had to read that story a lot today.
I think they did that on purpose, actually.
It's at least looking better on the roads this morning. This is what it looks like. JFK as you're approaching I-80. I will say it is starting to pick up to the point where we're getting a little bit slow on the ramp as you're trying to go to westbound I-80. You can see how things kind of backing up a little bit there. So keep an eye on that. If that's an area where you tend to go during your morning drive, we may start to see things get a little bit slower than what the map is showing at this point if we see the next wave of traffic arrive soon. Elsewhere, we've got some slow travel eastbound. Douglas, as you're approaching 480, things a little bit slow just past where that kind of diverts off of Dodge. So that's one spot that's also running slow. And then also as you go on Northwest Radial, as you approach about 52nd to 54th, you've got some westbound travel that is showing some delays. This has been pretty consistent approaching 54th over the last 15 minutes or so. Watch for that being another area with some delays. But otherwise, a lot of our big travel areas are moving well so far. I-80 looks good, 680 looking good. Even some of them that tend to have issues as we get to this point in the morning, like Blair High near 680, holding up pretty well in the early going. So, hey, if we can keep this going, if that's the extent of our issues, not bad.
We're letting you rest before Wednesday. When the snow comes.
It's going to get busy, so travel smooth to start the week. Could be more of an issue later.
All right, Jared, thanks. All right, at night for Philadelphia Eagles, taking down the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 59. Despite the negative result for many Chiefs fans in the Metro, they did still turn out to cheer on their favorite team. Friends and family filled the Corner Kick Cantina. Many came in from out of town just for the big game. It's a big tradition that Marshall Murphy tries to organize every single year.
Winter time gets cold, and it's a good time to get together at our favorite place.
While some diehard fans may have been a little bit disappointed, one thing they can agree on is they did have a good time spending time with each other.
Look at all that gear. All right. A crash on the interstate sent one person to the hospital. This was the scene at the Highway 75 I-480 interchange. Now, authorities tell us one person suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
Investigators say it appears a building fire may have started by people who weren't supposed to necessarily be there. The flames broke out near 16th and Locust. A second alarm was requested because of the building's size. OFD says the building was vacant and unsecured at the time. No injuries, though, to share. Now to the safety desk with Maria Cade. Maria, you have some good information about alcohol use.
Yeah, there's a new study that's coming out and it says that alcohol can seriously harm your liver. We've already known that, but they say that there's 3 different health issues that it can extra impact you. So researchers found that drinking alcohol nearly doubles the risk of serious liver damage for people who have high blood pressure, but it more than doubles the risk if you have excess stomach fat or diabetes. Now the study looked at nearly 41,000 cases. Many doctors doctors say drinking damages liver cells that are trying to metabolize the alcohol, and that can also lead to additional fat buildup. Now, the World Health Organization says more than 237 million adults worldwide suffer from alcohol addiction. So, of course, this issue continues to be ongoing.
That's very serious for a lot of people. All right, switching gears now, you have some good information on the FDA's latest recall.
Yeah, this one has to do with some sweet treats. If you are in the mood for one, you want to take a look at that label maybe before you open it up. So millions of baked goods are being pulled off the shelves, and this is because of potential listeria outbreaks. So the recall is from the FDA, of course. They first came out with this on January 7th, but now it's been upgraded to a class 2. So what does that mean? Well, that means there could be a chance of some adverse effects from eating those items. There are 60 baked products that are on the recall, and this includes different donuts, cinnamon sticks, and fritters from the pastry group FGF brand. So remember that name. As of right now, though, the FDA does not say what the next step should be for consumers as far as returning, but safe to say you want to throw those away, don't eat them if you do have them.
Yeah, goodness. All right, Maria, thanks. We're back after this.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a live look outside. Beautiful sunrise here in the metro. Rusty says we're not going to see it for a while, so take a good look and bundle up. It's cold, too. Back here in the Weather Center, and we want to talk more about that big snow coming, well, big for us because we haven't had any, coming on Wednesday because, I mean, it's been a while.
It has been, and yeah, it's all by comparison here. We haven't had much this season. Wednesday's likely going to stand out as it gets closer and closer here. So, like Cerise mentioned, we are going to see the clouds fill in. There could even be a little snow later tonight after 5 o'clock. More on that in a bit, but I want to focus on the Wednesday round here, and you'll notice this will get going a little after midnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. May not be quite this widespread just yet by midnight, but then notice there's just waves of it that roll through. So there'll be snow on the ground, more snow falling during the morning drive. So it looks like the morning commute on Wednesday is going to be pretty rough. As we go through the course of the afternoon, that'll fizzle out and drop to the southeast. This suggests close to 6 with the end. I'm going to say it's probably closer to 2 or 3 when this thing wraps up. It's really tough to snow for 18 hours consecutive, but we'll see how it goes. Likely the time frame will kind of shorten up as we get closer. 2 to 4 inches of snow in the metro out of this one. So this is the way the map looks. A widespread 2 to 4 across the metro area. A little broader view shows some lighter amounts to the north, heavier 4 to 6, none to the south. Yeah, some half-foot totals are possible. This is going to be a dry and powdery snow for everybody because temperatures are so cold. So the cold air that moves in tonight will be with us all day Tuesday, and then that is what will help produce the snow with the moisture for Wednesday. So we'll see how cold we get. Right now, I think 15 for the high on Wednesday. Powdery snow, highest amount south of I-80. The morning commute likely to be impacted, and some of those impacts will linger into the afternoon. Now, right now, we're hovering around 10 degrees. It's a cold morning, light wind, thank goodness. You can see the sunlight that's out there. Clouds will be filling in where it feels like number of 11. So that's good when the air temperature and the feels like number are close to one another when it's this cold. We don't need it to be any colder. Clouds are filling in, thicker layers of gray moving in. This is for the snow tonight. You can see purple shaded area, winter weather advisory, right on the south edge of getting anything out of this. So near 1 inch of snow in our northern counties. Watch how this fills in right here. Norfolk, Tacoma, Denison, Carroll. So if you're watching in our northern counties, that's where the best bet is overnight tonight to get a light coating. It'll struggle to drop any farther south. So for today, 33 for the high. Cold air pours in all night. We'll be down in the single digits by tomorrow morning. And then with that, you got the chances for that snow later tonight. And then there you go on Wednesday with a high of 15 degrees. And then the amount of snow on the ground Wednesday night will determine just how cold we can go. Likely to dip below zero, though, for Thursday morning.
Might be tough to make those Valentine's Day dinner plans as well. Looking to be very cold forecast even into the weekend, Rusty.
Yeah, and there's even a little more snow potential by the end of Friday as well. So it's going to be a cold stretch here. And this is the Friday night into Saturday system. It's not coming together quite as well just yet, but there's consistent signs that there's going to be something there. Let me show you how this works. This is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. Little piece of energy there. And then watch how it fills in. This suggests maybe after midnight Saturday night, or Friday night, I should say, into Saturday morning. Fills in a little bit and then scoots off towards the east pretty quickly and out of here during the afternoon on Saturday. So we'll be watching this. Still a lot yet to come together. Of course, bigger fish to fry before this rolls in here. And you can see the colder air likely to reinforce behind that. Odds of being cold across the eastern 2/3 of the country here looking pretty good over the course of the next 2 weeks. So winter's still wintering in a big way, and we're going to finally hopefully get some snow by Wednesday.
Buckle up. Here we go, folks. Yep. Meanwhile, Jared's watching the roads for us. How are things looking now?
Hey, it's still pretty quiet out there. That's a great news for anyone who's about to hit the road.
Sure.
A couple spots that are trying to slow down a little bit, and we did just mention one of those. That's in the bottom left-hand corner there. That says you're approaching I-80 on the JFK. So watch for that as somewhere where you could run into some minor delays, not major issues anywhere at this point, but things backing up at times as you're heading through that area. We look at the metro in large. You can see that, as I mentioned, the Northwest Radial Highway also seeing some delays as you get close to 54th. You head your way through Benson. Things a little slow there. And then right around 90th and Maple, we've had off and on some delays that have shown up as we've gone through the course of the morning. So not a big problem anywhere. Watch something new this morning, though. One-lane travel as you head eastbound on Farnham. This just past Saddle Creek is some new construction that started up. This is going to be in place for the next 2 weeks. That in addition to all the other construction that's been happening along Farnham, Harney, Midtown travel really has been kind of a mess over the last couple of weeks and going to be that way for the long term as well. This is just the newest chapter to that. But aside from that and those minor delays that we've seen, it's a pretty smooth start this morning.
All right, Jared, thank you. Well, Nebraska Representative Mike Flood discussed Elon Musk and his team having access to taxpayers' personal data.
Yeah, Flood tells us it's important to remember that spending originates with the U.S. House, and he says he hopes the executive branch respects that.
I will tell you, I have received a lot of calls from Nebraskans that are concerned about this process. I've also received a lot of calls from people that say, thank God someone's doing this. At the end of the day, this is about rooting out waste, fraud, abuse.
Responding to Musk's team, suggesting that Lutheran Family Services of Nebraska is part of a money laundering operation, Flood says he would be surprised if there are any issues.
Election season is ramping back up in Omaha. First Alert 6 is preparing for a mayoral debate next month. It takes place March 11th. The candidates, Douglas County Treasurer John Ewing, criminal justice reform advocate Jasmine Harris, former Nebraska State Senator Mike McDonnell, and three-time incumbent Mayor Gene Stothard. You can watch it live on FirstAlert6.com. Our Brian Mastery will be the moderator. It's sponsored by the Omaha Press Club and the League of Women Voters of Greater Omaha.
Well, animal lovers and music fans got to have their own fun on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right. I'll show you how when we return on First Alert Streaming.
Well, Team Rough and Team Fluff were back at it again, putting on an adorable show at the annual Puppy Bowl.
This is always the best, right? This year's rematch on a gridiron carpet included about 150 pups from 80 shelters across 40 states and 2 countries. Team Fluff beat Team Rough 68-66.
Where's the defense?
I know. Winning the Barkey Trophy, D-Bone Samuel, named after San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel, was named this year's Popularity Playoffs.
I love it.
Yeah, we were watching that for a little bit. It was fun.
It's so sweet.
So cute.
All right, last night's Super Bowl ended in a dub for the Eagles, and many music fans are dubbing Kendrick Lamar and his halftime performance as a big winner.
As if there were any doubts of the Pulitzer Prize-winning rapper's ability to put on a show, he brought out Samuel L. Jackson, SZA, Serena Williams, and producer Mustard. So the set list featured hits like Squabble Up, Humble, All the Stars, and his recent 5-time Grammy-winning track, Not Like Us. Now, Kendrick is the first solo hip-hop artist to ever headline this coveted slot, but he's no stranger to the Super Bowl stage. You may remember when he performed at Super Bowl 56 halftime show. That was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, Eminem. Wow. I loved that. It was like all the OG's favorite.
I think 2 things that really blew me away was, obviously, one was the choreo was just absolutely incredible. Whoever choreographed this is just such a pro. And then 2, the camera work. There were so many shots where I was like, oh my gosh,
when
that
they
go down in
transitioned
history.
to the overhead when they were walking down like the street, the long stage. You have to check
that
it out,
was
Retsy.
I'll trust you.
A lot of messages in there.
Yes, of course. But it was really impressive just to see the spectacle and the size of it all.
Yeah.
And there's so
a
much.
lot of people on that stage.
It was. And even if you didn't like hip hop, it was an amazing entertainment. It was an amazing show. Like the dancers, it was all good. Yeah.
How quickly it all has to be put on the field and then taken off in the matter of halftime too is always
really
like the number of people you don't see putting that all together and making it happen is always interesting.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
No, I'm all good. You guys covered it. Yep.
Okay. I guess that's it for us. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get ready for our update on the Today Show. You can watch it here on streaming or over the air.
All right. Have a good Monday.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Monday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley. Traffic's starting to pick up on this Monday morning. We'll get a check-in on the roads with Jared Lansford.
I've been watching the JFK as you approach I-80. We've at times started to back things up. You're kind of seeing that take place live on your screen right now. This is in the approach to go westbound on I-80. So if you're heading into that area, there you go. You can see the delays that extend back to about L, and we could see those grow as we continue to bring more and more traffic into that area. So that's a spot to watch as one that is struggling a little bit in the early going, but it's one of the only ones. We're mostly moving along really well as we're starting off our Monday morning commute. Hopefully we can keep that as the case as the morning goes on. Let's send it to Rusty.
Thanks, Jared. We're talking about a First Alert 6 weather day for Wednesday. 2 to 4 inches of dry, powdery snow looking likely for Wednesday. Gets going while you're sleeping Tuesday night. And there's some on the ground, more falling during the morning and into the early afternoon on Wednesday as well, with highest amounts going to be south of I-80. So keep that in the back of your mind for Wednesday. Today we're going to go to 33, increasing clouds this morning, clouds all afternoon, and the possibility of a few snow showers this evening. The best odds for those in our northern counties. So we'll be watching to see how far south this can get. I think Fremont to Blair may be the south edge of this one, with the higher half-inch to 1-inch totals in our northern counties. So we'll keep an eye on this later on tonight as it develops late this afternoon into tonight. Wind gust forecast behind that gets 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts as well. After going to 33 for the high today, we get 14 tomorrow. Cerise?
All right, Rusty, thank you. Breaking news this morning. An early morning house fire is now under control.
That's right. It happened just before 5 o'clock this morning near 37th and Ida. Authorities say no injuries to report. So far, no word on what caused that fire.
It is 7:28, and we are back with another update for you in about 25 minutes. We'll see you then.